Hi class, I'm going to go in and look at these as a first-time site visitor. I may have seen them, but I'm reviewing them as if I am landing here and interacting with the site for the first time and checking the usability. All right, so this one, it's getting much closer. As this was refreshing and coming up, it was much more transparent, and that was actually what it needed to be. I would drop this image back further so that we definitely are focusing on these images. These are good images, so let's not complicate our visual line of sight with too many things. I would bring these up a little bit, and these two as well, and I would have the same amount of space between all of them, right? So the same amount of line spacing under these images before we get to the next row. I probably, I don't know, think about, I guess you wanted to have 3 columns there. We don't need to have this quite so deep, but that's just me. What you would do in the future, and this won't be a problem when you drop this back even further, is you can always go into Photoshop and take out those lights if you wanted to. Nobody would miss them, and it would be clearer here. And, while you're there, you can take out all sorts of things in Photoshop. The about, clean. We don't need to have 2 of these, so this navigation can come out. As long as it's in the header, it's going to be on every page. All right, easy to read. Online, we don't often use the indent that we do when we're writing. You can, but I think it's going to look a little better if it's just left aligned. And align these at the top. If you could even make that a little smaller, make it the same height as these, and make the spacing between the same, consistent. Rename these so that we don't have the JPEG numbers, okay, when they scroll over. That's also where, as you learned this week, search engines will go through images, so you want to have, a wildcat media photo or something, right? Very cool. Nice. These are nice and clean. This is what you're looking for to get that wow factor. Probably, again, not so deep. We don't need so much attention down here. But this is looking good. Consistency, nice. Okay. All right. Nice, and looks good too. Okay. Nice and clean. Well done. Make sure that, I guess that's the school number. I don't know if you want to put the address. I guess you can, but I suppose it doesn't matter too much. I'm just cautious about addresses of any kind, even a school. But looking good. You've come a long way. But now behind us, we have this image still. So you want to go under in Wix, go into your tools on the left, the letter A and the color drop, and select the background, change it, select color, and change it to white, and that will disappear, that image that is back there, okay? Okay, so let's check out the mobile section. I'm getting excited to see what this is going to look like. Okay. Yep, just this page, and a little bit of spacing on the others. Okay, let's go look at the mobile. Okay. make these the same size. Because you have that here, you might not need it here, but at least either way, bring it up just a little bit. Okay. And we'll still be able to see, when you drop this background image here down just a little, we'll still be able to see that it's a football field. But we'll really, because you have all the pieces here, but we'll really be able to focus on these instead of these backgrounds. Okay, just make them all the same size. We're going to, let's see, if they have a web page, you're going to use that link. Yeah, maybe this can go a little larger, and then this one will come down and be the same as that if you want to use these. But let's try and get those aligned. It's not a big deal. Okay. Yeah. All right. Here I feel like you need a little space underneath, a little line spacing under the heading. Close that up. And try not to have one word on a line if you can help it. It gives the appearance of being double spaced, is why, for one thing. That's one reason. Left align that. Pull that in. Yeah. All right. All right. Nice. Close that. I hope you like what you see now. I hope you like what you've done, because it's really vastly improved and is looking really clean. So kudos there. A little bit there. Is this the same font that you're using everywhere else? I'm not sure that it is, which makes it look like we've got 3 fonts there. So I think you're going to want to look at this font on your home page right here, I think. But it's okay. It's okay. All right. Well done. Great job on your draft, Kyle. All right, Kobe. Let's see. Let's go to start with your heading. Double check here, right? You want to make sure that this space that you have, extend it a little bit or move it over so that this isn't wrapping like that. Remove the logo from the template. I'm not sure it needs to say newest. We want to keep things evergreen, so just the fact that it's a short is fine. That's really all anybody needs to know, not so much when it was done. And, okay, let me make sure I'm looking at it full screen. Okay, that's centered, good. I like that you have 3 lines here and 3 lines here. Not my favorite font because it's hard to read with these narrow strokes, but it works well with this. Be mindful of cutting off people's heads, that first shot. Yeah, I'm not a fan of overlapping text in this way. It doesn't so much feel like a style. So I would think about that. Maybe if you brought the E closer to the O and it was consistent there or something. Also, the ME would be in the middle of the more because they're off to the side. That would help. Okay. This, let me see, sometimes, but yeah, I don't think you need to say projects here. Because really these are all projects. Make sure there's no duplicates. Okay. Let's see what happens when we go to projects. Okay. You might want to bring it up just a little so we get into the work sooner. Okay, these are, you want a little spacing here between the columns. These appear to be the work that is on your home page. So, some of them. So, if you want to have a show reel, at the top here, that would be all you need. It's just a show reel that has all of these edited together. And this maybe, and then all of this, you don't really need. It's a lot of extra clicking when you already have this. That's just, if you want to clean it up a bit, that's what I would do. You can do what you want. As far as having met the criteria, you have all the elements there. Easy to read, good, okay. Okay. All right, so good, you're linked up. A little hard to read. I'm not looking for paid work. No, you may feel that way, but I would take that off. You will be surprised how many people will take advantage of new graduates or anybody in the field, and you deserve to be paid. So, I mean, maybe if you're really wanting to work, and regardless, but I would be very careful about that. You could say, I'm willing to trade or something, or barter for my time or whatever, but I would be very careful about that. If you do keep it this way, I would take it off in 6 months or so. Right? You're not going to be able to keep that there forever because you're a professional and professionals get paid. All right. Okay, let's look at the mobile. All right, well, send me your Get Feedback link, and so I can take a look at your mobile, all right, and make sure you're checking that. Okay, Clayton. Okay. Look at this text box and make sure. Okay, I see that is the design. All right. Probably only your web teacher is going to think it's an error, so let's update the copyright date for sure. A little bit of spacing here between those two lines. And typically this is going to go into your footer. If this is your whole footer, it might be. Then that's the style of the template. Okay. All right. Yeah, just close that up a bit. Check the spelling of portfolio, right? Get that L in there. I would jump into your work a little sooner. This is just, it looks like this part is just placeholder. So you want to get into your stuff and do your best to keep the same number of lines, right? So that then this will align and this will be aligned with this. right, all the way across. And it's not as urgent below in this situation, right? It's a good idea when you have columns, but in this case, it feels a little bit like a blog, and it's okay. And here, again, it feels like a blog and that it's supposed to be this way, but they each have one line. It's just up here. It feels a little heavy. If you were able to, reduce that, edit that down a little bit. Okay, but good work. It's looking great. And I like that you have all your descriptions there. Email. And this is your footer. Okay. 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 All right. Just a few edits. If you want to keep this like this, you can. If you want it to feel like a style, you might. I'm not going to ask you to do it someplace else, but okay. I'm going to let this one go. It's okay. There's not a lot of it. If you don't want to put a shape behind it. Okay, so this, I'll make sure that your buttons are using the same font style. Okay, we'll learn more. It should be in this style, which should be that. Which probably came with your, yeah, that's good. So be consistent with those. And on the home, fix that. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the mobile. See where we are. Okay. I'm going to need to bring that up so we can see it. You'll need navigation up here. It's down here right now, so you'll move that up. A little hard to read. You could drop that image back, or you could just crop that a little bit and not really have the header on top of it. You could also, just crop the image there and have this over just black or gray. Okay. You probably need to change this image to something horizontal. And watch the line breaks and the gaps. Okay, so yeah, spend a little time with the layout here. It won't be hard. Okay, so that page is taking you to the home page, so either hide it if you plan on using it or take this page out. All right, great job everybody. I'm really pleased to see where you are at this stage, and you have one more week. And I'm excited to see how it's going to finish out. All right, great job.